Good afternoon and welcome to our Langley College virtual open event this afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to introduce you in the first instance to our Group Principal and CEO Gillian May, who will then hand over to Langley College Principal Maxine Wood. We'll be taking questions at the end. So Gillian, over to you.
Well, thank you, Fiona, and good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for taking the time out this afternoon to join us here on this open day event. My name's Gillian May, and I'm the newly appointed Group Principal for the Windsor Forest College Group, and I'm really proud to say that Langley College is very much at the heart of that group and our flagship for all vocational and technical education. So in addition to all the things that Max is going to tell you today about the quality of our courses, the facilities, and the amazing experience you can look forward to if you choose to come and join us at Langley, I just wanted to reflect on what I've seen over the last few weeks. By choosing to come and study at Langley College, you can look forward to what I think is probably some of the best support and training that you could imagine in any college. Our staff really care for our students. They will really care for you. And when we talk about care, it's not just about making sure that you're progressing well in your studies and developing the skills that you need for future employment. It's really also about that wraparound care, that pastoral and welfare care. Because the one thing we know is that it's very easy for life to derail you. And sometimes it's just the small things in life that can knock you back. So pastoral tutors, welfare support, learning coaches and development officers are there to help you and to support you in every aspect of your journey into successful employment. On top of that, you can look forward to some world-class facilities, some excellent teaching and learning, and a really fun environment. By coming to Langley, you're going to make friends with 1,200 new friends. It's a really, truly special place to learn. And if you haven't had an opportunity to come and see us because of COVID, look out for some news later on in the year. We're really hoping once the restrictions are lifted, we'll be able to welcome you in for taster days and tours. So I'm going to hand over to Max. She has got a lot more to tell you. I really hope that I'll be seeing you in the future. Thank you very much. Max, to you.
Thank you. Good afternoon. So my name is Maxine Wood and I am the Principal for Langley College, and I'd like to welcome you to another one of our virtual open events. So before we get started, I hope you can see that there should be a Q&A box at the bottom of your screen. Feel free to pop any questions in there during the presentation, and our colleague Fiona will facilitate the questions at the end of the presentation. So we would normally be welcoming you to our campus. However, due to COVID restrictions, this is sadly not possible at the moment. However, tonight we are going to bring the college to you virtually. The programme for this evening starts with a presentation from myself, and I'm going to walk you through everything that is on offer at Langley College and answer any questions that you may have. Following my presentation, you can join talks from our other teams of student services, learning support and apprenticeships, and they will give you an overview of their areas and again, answer any questions that you may have. At the same time as these presentations, we have a team of tutors who will be online to provide one-to-one advice in a private online conversation. They will be available until 7 p.m. You just need to jump onto our website and click the live chat button to get started. So Langley College is the vocational further education campus of the Windsor Forest College Group. We provide a wide range of vocational pathways to prepare our students for their chosen careers. We have vocational specialist teachers that have worked in industry and provide a wealth of knowledge and experience, and we have fantastic resources that are industry relevant. We deliver across a range of programmes, including programmes of study, apprenticeships, evening and adult. We deliver entry-level qualifications all the way through to higher educations. And we deliver using different models. So we deliver full-time programmes, we deliver part-time programmes, and we deliver evenings. And this allows students flexibility of study. We have a strong set of values that governors, staff, students, and the community share. This is reflected in the behaviours and the decisions that we make at the college. Our top and our most important value is that learners are at the heart of everything that we do here at Langley College. We pride ourselves on developing a workforce of the future, and we understand this is not just about delivering lessons in a classroom or a workshop, it's about delivering the additional employability skills such as timekeeping, professional behaviours and good communication. And we are a community of learning, and many students also engage in extracurricular activities, and it's the students' feedback that shapes our extracurricular offer. We have a spacious campus with bright modern classrooms. We have specific curriculum areas, large open spaces. We have dedicated higher education classrooms. We have a learner centre, and we have outdoor areas that students can access. And we also have a Costa, which is obviously incredibly important for staff and students, probably the busiest place during our breaks. We have an outstanding hair and beauty salons where students can work on live clients. We have reception staff and technicians that are on hand to support. As well as our industry experienced teachers, we also have industry specialist guest speakers who provide specific workshop sessions. We have high expectations to ensure our students meet industry needs and develop the knowledge and skills and professional behaviours required to be successful. Our health and social care and access students have access to workplace simulation through our simulated hospital environment. Not easy to say that. Teachers are passionate about their industry and they have a wealth of experience in their chosen profession. We have state-of-the-art engineering equipment, spacious motor vehicle workshops with a range of vehicles that the students have access to and can work on. We have a range of construction workshops, including multi-skills, plumbing, electrical, and we constantly review our facilities to ensure that they are industry relevant and we're using the most up-to-date technologies. And we use our links with industry to support and advise us. We have a fully equipped gym and a sports hall and a motivated, passionate team of teachers that will navigate our students through their qualifications, developing their underpinning knowledge and the practical skills required. You don't have to be on a sports course to have access to the gym, and there is a monthly, very small monthly fee that you can pay. And funny enough, Gillian and I was just talking about using that resource in the morning to keep ourselves fit. We had our Ofsted inspection in 2019 and we were graded good. As you can see on the slide, we had excellent feedback from our Ofsted inspectors and we are very proud of the work of our students and staff. We offer a vast range of courses at Langley that provides various vocational, academic and technical pathways that will lead on to employment, higher education and apprenticeships. We provide programmes at different entry levels to maximise opportunities for students to access these programmes. And as I mentioned earlier, we offer different delivery models such as full-time, part-time and evening. So there is a programme that suits every student and that we can fit around outside commitments. We offer flexible adult learning in ESOL and also in English and Maths. And we also have a strong evening provision in our practical sessions from our vocational path and portfolio, including electrical, plumbing. We also do DIY courses, so if you fancy having a go at changing a tap or learning a bit of bricklaying, again, they are all available on an evening offer. We pride ourselves on our diverse portfolio of courses, but also our diverse community of students that we have here at Langley College. We have an excellent dedicated team of assessors who will undertake site visits and that will support our apprentices through their chosen apprenticeship standard. We have strong links with employers, including Heathrow, Legoland and Pinewood Studios, to name a few. We have an apprenticeship session that is going to be delivered by our apprenticeship manager later this evening, where they'll provide further details. With our apprentices, they generally come in for a day a week, so they spend 4 days in the workplace and then a day in the college learning and developing their skills. And again, we have a wide range of offers for apprenticeships, including engineering, construction, hair and beauty. And again, that is growing as we meet our employer demands. We also have a really strong access provision. We offer several pathways, nursing being very popular. We have a passionate team of lecturers that go above and beyond to support our students, and we always receive really positive feedback from our students. And we have a dedicated team of HE lecturers that are highly skilled and again will go above and beyond to support their students. We receive outstanding feedback from our students about their experience with our HE offer. We have a dedicated higher education centre and we work with a range of universities. And we see this as a real growth area for the college. We have students that are in work and that access our HE offer with their work and the flexibility of working online. And we also have students that have progressed from our level 3 onto our higher education, and we are very proud of our HE offer. So if you are 16 to 19, you will enrol on a programme of study. So this is a full-time course that will have various different elements. So if you enrol on a programme of study, you will enrol on your main qualification, so your chosen career, whether that's hair and beauty, plumbing, business, IT, but you'll also be enrolled on other elements. So if you did not achieve a 4 in English and or maths, you will undertake English or maths either as a GCSE or a functional skills. You will also have a core studies session, and you'll also undertake a form of industry placement, and I'll talk a bit more around each section. So a student on programme of study will undertake core studies. We are privileged to have a team of pastoral tutors that support our students and work closely with all of the stakeholders that engage with our students to ensure that they succeed. Not only will they receive regular one-to-ones, they will also attend group sessions to learn and discuss current affairs, such as online safety, safeguarding, and how to keep healthy, as well as a whole range of other topics. English and maths is of course a key focus for us. There is not a trade or profession out there that doesn't require a form of English and maths. Employers often communicate the importance of these skills, and we develop them within the vocational qualifications. But as I've mentioned, we also have a dedicated English and maths specialist team that support our students who are undertaking functional skills or GCSE qualifications. Students on a programme of study will also undertake a work placement or an industry placement as part of their programme of study. We understand the importance of learning and developing the key skills that employers value. We have a dedicated team of workplace coordinators, and they are assigned to each curriculum area to support our students. Our vocational teachers will also engage with employers to organise guest speakers, and also organise trips and visits. The work placement and industry placement is absolutely key for our students, as it allows them to apply the skills and knowledge that they have learned in the college and apply it to a real life setting. Many of our students that have undertaken a placement go on to gain employment and part-time work, and again, we're very proud of our students' achievements. As Gillian mentioned, there is a whole range of support for our students. It's not just about what goes on in the classroom, there is far more when you come to study at Langley. We have support around finance, wellbeing, careers advice. We have specific workshops. So for instance, if you're doing a UCAS application, if you're thinking of going on to university, how to build a CV, developing those interview skills. Every member of staff is here to ensure that as a student, you have every opportunity you need to succeed. And as Gillian mentioned, we recognise that there are at times things that happen outside the college and personal issues that sometimes get in the way of study. And again, we are here to support. As part of the induction, we will give you specific people that you can speak to. And we always say, and we always ask for students to communicate. If there's an issue or if there's something that's preventing your learning, if we know about it, we will do everything we can to support you. We have high expectations at the college. So while you're studying at the college and learning your new technical skills and knowledge, we also need to develop your employability skills. I speak to many employers and have worked in the construction trade for myself. And I know that many of the employers, yes, talk about the technical skills that students and potential employees should have, but actually what they really, really require is the work ethic, the eye-to-eye contact, the good attendance and punctuality, strong communication. These are the skills and the attributes that our employers ask for. For example, if you work on site, you're expected as an employee to turn up on time, that you have good attendance, that you're wearing your correct personal protective equipment, and that you are not wasting material and spending their money. So again, it's not just about enrolling on a course at Langley, it's enrolling on a pathway to a chosen career. And our high expectations ensure that we prepare our students for employment. You will meet a key range of people while you're studying at the college. As well as the 1,200 students, we have a range of staff. We have support staff that help the college run smoothly. And we also have our curriculum staff, our pastoral support, our managers, myself and Gillian. We are all here to maximise the opportunity for our students to succeed. So the most important feedback that we get is from our students, and we really value this feedback. There are various ways that students can feedback to us through the student ambassadors, student conferences, and student unions. Myself and also governors attend the student liaison committee, and we actively encourage students to feedback to us. Students also have opportunities to set up clubs and societies. We also run Fresh Affair, and we're hoping that in the new year we can do that face-to-face rather than virtually. There's also, as I mentioned, the access to the gym, the salon, and lots of other opportunities at the college. The enrichment package for us is absolutely key. For us, we are a community, and it's not just about what goes on in the classroom, although that's incredibly important to make sure you succeed and move on to your next step, but it's also the enrichment and what happens outside of the classroom that's important. And again, we ask students to feedback on what types of enrichment they would like. We have lots of trips and visits, and we have lots of networks with employers. So we have guest speakers that come in. Last week, our public services did an exercise with Thames Valley Police that was really successful. And again, we got really good feedback. So lots going on. You certainly won't get bored, but you must concentrate on your studies as well, because that's important. Around this time of year, we will also start undertaking progression panels. And this is where we support the students on looking at your next step. So depending on what level that you come into us at the college, you will move through onto level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, depending on what exit and what point you want to go on to in employment, higher education, or an apprenticeship. So we have a guaranteed applicant status. So if you attended any of these following schools, this means we will prioritise your application and guarantee you an interview as soon as possible. If you'd like more information on this, we have our admissions team here this evening that you can speak to. Some of our areas get very, very busy very, very quickly. So again, we will pick this up through the Q&A, but on our last event in February, we had a lot of questions around applying and when students should apply, and when they receive their GCSE exam results. And all I would say is that, you know, if you put your application in now, you will get interviewed by a specialist member of staff, and we could look at securing your application. Once you get your GCSE grade, if you're coming straight from school, we will then review your application and make sure that you're on the right level. It's very much making sure that we've got the right student on the right programme at the right level. And as an example, we have our admissions timeline. So you can do your application online. You will then have an interview that's booked in, and again, it will be with a specialist teacher. So for example, if you've applied for a plumbing qualification and a plumbing pathway, you'll be interviewed by a plumbing teacher specialist. There will be an opportunity for you to ask questions about the programme of study, and also for the teacher to be able to ask some questions from yourself. And then an offer will be made, and you will have an opportunity to accept. Once you accept, that is banked, and then you will have communication from us over the summer around enrolling. And once you enrol, you'll go through, you'll get your badge, and we will then go through an induction period as well. So you'll come into the college, you'll pick up your timetable, you'll meet the key people that you're going to be learning with, so your students and your new friends. You'll meet your industry specialist staff and your teachers and your pastoral support, and we'll give you a general overview of the year ahead. And then you start on your timetable and the journey begins. So that is a whistle-stop tour of Langley. And as Gideon said, we are really hoping soon that we'll be able to invite you in person to look around the campus. It is an excellent campus, and we have excellent resources and highly qualified staff. And I am very proud of the work that we do at Langley. So on that note, I'm going to pause and allow an opportunity to ask any questions.
Thanks, Max. That was really interesting, really sort of thorough overview of college life. I've got a couple of questions for you. Somebody was interested in whether or not they should do an apprenticeship or do a full-time course. How would you advise them to make that decision?
Okay, so with an apprenticeship, how the apprenticeship works is you normally would be in a form of employment. As I mentioned earlier, you generally would do 4 days within your employment, and then you'd a day coming into college. I mean, I have done both. I've done a programme of study previously and an apprenticeship. And what I would say is, if you're certain on what your chosen pathway is, so whether that's hair or plumbing, for example, then if you speak to one of our specialist teachers and talk about where you are now, so have you just left school, are you in employment, and they will direct you into the right pathway. I mean, both are really valuable. With the apprenticeship, you have the work experience, but again, on a programme of study, you have your industry placement. So it's really just making sure that you're in the right context to put you on the right pathway, and obviously making sure you've got the quals on entry, depending on the level. So both are really valuable. So what I would say is, if you've got your chosen career in mind, then speak to one of our tutors. They're here till 7 o'clock, and they'll be able to guide you on what provision you should be enrolled on.
Great, thank you. I've got another question around, do many students go to university from Langley?
Yes, we do. Again, we've got our own HE higher education provision at Langley. So we deliver foundation degrees in business, HNDs, childcare. But yes, of course, we also encourage and support our students to go to universities across the country. We support in our UCAS applications. So you've got dedicated pastoral and career staff that will help you with your UCAS. And the universities will be very dependent on your chosen career. So we have lots of students from business and IT and engineering that go into university. And we also have students that use our access to HE, so our nursing and social work as a step 2 into higher education. So yes, we do. Like I say, we offer a vast portfolio at Langley. We're looking at higher apprenticeships as well, moving forward, and also T-levels in 2023.
Great, thank you. And so a BTEC, it gets you the grades to go to university?
Yeah, BTEC, so extended diploma, it works on UCAS points. And again, you can speak to one of our specialist teachers this afternoon. But yeah, it works on UCAS points, and that gives you an access route into HE. And like I say, we have specialist staff that can help you with your UCAS application, and part of that application, we as teachers will also input into that. And we have some real success stories of our students that have moved on to university.
Thank you. Somebody's interested in work experience. How does that work at the college? Do you get a chance to actually go and work for a company, or is it all just in college?
No, it's absolutely external. So we have industry placements, and as I mentioned earlier, we have a team of workplace coordinators. So if you're on a programme of study, so a full-time course, you will undertake a form of work placement. And again, the work placement coordinators will work with you to make sure that we give you the right and the best placement that suits your needs. We have lots of contacts at our Langley College, and we've developed our relationships with various employers. You know, where we are based at Langley, very near Slough, we have some really big employers that we work with, Heathrow being one of them, Legoland, Pinewood Studios as well. But too many to mention. But yes, you will definitely have access to a work placement, and that allows yourself an opportunity to apply the skills and knowledge that you've learned in a college setting, which is a safe environment, to work then and get a taste of what it's like to apply that in a real life setting. So for example, going back to my plumbing days, when I was in a college and I cut a pipe or did something I shouldn't, obviously it's a nice controlled environment, and you've got someone there to turn the stop valve off very quickly. Very different when you're out in someone's house. So it's a real interesting opportunity, and the feedback we get from employers and students is they really value that opportunity. And for some, they move on to employment, and for others, they realise actually that isn't the pathway for them, and they move on to a different career. So yeah, absolutely, very much part of the programme study, very key for us.
Yeah, and I think that's a really interesting point, that gives you an opportunity to see what it's really like and to make that decision about, you know, if that's the career for you for the future.
Yeah, and again, you know, even during the first 6 weeks of the course, you know, it might be that you've decided to enrol on hair and beauty, but actually, you know, want to see another haircut for the first 6 weeks, and you want to move and actually decide to go into plumbing, which is obviously a good trade. And we are there to support. You know, when you leave school or you're moving from another educational facility, you know, it's not always what you sign up to is what you're going to want to do for the rest of your career, or even for the rest of that academic year. And we are here to support. And what we can do is look at transferring you onto another course. Again, if you finish a year at the college and you finish a course, and what I say to my students is actually whatever course you do, there are still transferable skills. So whatever you move on to for your next profession or your next role, those skills will not be wasted. But again, we give really good advice and guidance to allow you to manoeuvre to your next programme of study. So again, don't panic. If you start enrolling on a course and you get a couple of weeks in and realise actually it's not for you, do not just walk away. You know, there are options and there are support there to help you guide through to your next step. So again, we'll go through that as part of the induction, so you're aware of that.
Great, thank you. And you touched on something there. Somebody was interested in how, you know, if you're a bit nervous about starting at college, how does, you know, the college support you to settle in?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, induction is very key. Again, speaking to the teachers and the tutors this evening will give you a real insight into the details. But what we do is we do an induction where we invite certain groups in at a time. So it's not all the college at one time. To transition the year and to start the year, you'll meet with your teachers. So you've got a face to the name. You'll meet with your class. You'll be given your timetable. You'll meet your pastoral support teachers as well. And you'll get to build those relationships and those networks. Again, if you've got any queries or concerns, just speak to us. You will see myself and Gillian walking around, marching around the college as we do. You'll get to know your managers, so your heads of department and your teachers. As I've said before, we've got a team of pastoral tutors that will be based in curriculum areas. So there are plenty of people to speak to. So if you have got any queries or questions or a bit nervous, then please speak to us. We are a friendly bunch and we are here to support. And we completely understand that transitioning from school to a college can be daunting, and especially with a year of various lockdowns as well. We are particularly mindful of that, and we do everything we can to make that transition as smoothly as possible.
Yeah, and I think, as Gillian mentioned earlier, it'd be fantastic if we, once the lockdown is loosened further, if we can actually invite people in so they can come and see the college over the summer, which we're hoping to do. So we'll keep you posted on that, because that will help, won't it, if you can see the environment. And also, I know from some of the students from the student union, that the induction is often quite good fun. There's quite a lot of fun activities and Freshers Week and things to help you get to know each other.
Absolutely, yes. What we do in induction is we obviously give you the overview, quite rightly, of the course and the pathway that you're moving through for that academic year. But we also don't want to scare you off by giving you all the assessments and assignments and various exams that you need to undertake. It is about, as I mentioned, it's about a real community and an experience. And you'll meet new friends, and there's opportunities for you to do that through the Freshers' Fair. And again, that enrichment offer that I was talking about. So particular clubs or societies that you want to belong to, or even to start up. The student unions you will meet, and the reps you will meet as part of the induction. So again, you'll get to see the faces behind the roles, and keeping that communication going as well. So if there is something you've got a particular interest in, then speak to your student tutors and your student support, and we can look at organising. I think we've done film clubs before. We've got an open space out the back. We've got ping pong tables. Freshers' Fair is always a busy opportunity as well. We have various companies that come in. I think we've even had free pizza before, which was very popular. At Christmas, we've had reindeers. So yeah, but the students really feed into that because it's for them. So again, it's really important that you have an input about what you want to see as part of that enrichment offer.
Yeah, I think, as you walk around Langley, it's actually a kind of very welcoming, friendly college, isn't it? I've got another question around getting some advice if I'm not sure what I want to do yet, Yeah, no,
absolutely. So we've got our specialist teachers. So if you have got an idea, and it might be, normally on an open day, if we were in the college and not virtually, I would often see potential students that would go and visit 3 or 4 areas. So they might want to go and look at business, but they also might want to go and look at engineering, and they go around, they look at the facilities, and they speak to the various teachers. Again, if you've got a few ideas in mind, you can do that tonight. So you might want to start off and speak to one tutor in one curriculum area, I don't know, for IT, for example, and then decide actually you want to speak to someone in childcare. And you can do that this evening. If you're really, really not sure, we do have advice and guidance staff. And again, we can put you in touch with them, and they'll help you navigate, talk about your interests and what you think your strengths are. Do you like practical? Do you like more office settings and more, do you like computers and gaming? And they are specialists as part of the Gatsby benchmark to help you navigate your way through, because it's daunting. There are so many roles and jobs and opportunities, and it's just trying to get that understanding of what one you'd like to undertake.
That's great, thank you. Just in terms of how people are being interviewed and so on, what's the process around that at the moment, if people want to apply now?
Yep, so we are still interviewing. We interview on a regular basis. So if you put your application in, that would go through to our admissions team. And again, they are available this evening if you've got any further questions. The admissions team will then process your application, and then they will channel that to the right curriculum area. And then you'll be given a date and a time, and you'll be contacted by phone at the moment to a specialist teacher who will talk you through the qualification that you want to do, the entry requirements, what the course involves, and then you'll be made an offer. And if you accept that offer, you have got your place banked. And as I've mentioned before, some of our areas get incredibly busy and incredibly full very quickly, and therefore we end up with waiting lists. So if you have got a course in mind, I would really encourage you to put in your application, because from now all the way through to the end of the term, we get lots of applications, as you'd expect, and obviously we first come, first served to a certain extent. And as I mentioned on the previous slide, if you are at any of those schools, and again, you'll have guaranteed application status, and you can speak to our admissions team for that. But it's a very quick and slick process, but it is done by phone at the moment, and so you'll be arranged a phone call.
Great, okay. And what about transport links? How is it easy to get to the college? And also, is there any help with transport costs?
Yeah, it is easy to get to Langley. The train station is a stone throws away, 2 minutes walk, I think, depending on how quick you walk. So most of our students will come through by train, but there's also the bus service. We also have car parking, and we have vast car parking at Langley College. So lots of different ways that you can access the college, and very accessible. I mean, our staff come from all over the region, as the students, so very easy. And there are transport bursaries, but again, we have a finance team that can help you navigate your way through that. And again, if you go to one of the sessions that are on after this one, there is one from the student services, and they should be able to give you some more advice on that. But if you've got specific queries, then you'll need to speak to one of our finance team. But yes, there is support, but it is obviously dependent on the situation. But they'll be able to give you far more information than I can on that. Great,
thank you, Max. And I've just posted the link to the session at 5:45, so don't jump on it just yet because they won't be there, but at 5:45 for support for students, and at 6:30 for apprenticeships, and then again, not forgetting the live chat. So what that means is you just need to go back to the college website, and there's a little pop-up box in the bottom right. Click on that, and we've got a whole team. It's almost like all of the college curriculum team are all sitting there ready to answer any questions that you've got about any particular course area that you're interested in. And as Max says, you can jump from one to the other. Okay, so I think we're about to finish. I don't know if you've got anything else you wanted to pick up, Max, and Gillian, if you're still there, if there was anything that you wanted to add.
No, just, keep in touch. If you've got any concerns or queries, especially with the tags and the GCSEs and everything else that's going on at schools, again, please speak to us. Like I say, on the last open evening we had, which was in February, we had quite a few questions on this session about what if I don't get my grade, and what if I get my tag and it's not, the GCSE exam. Again, we are more than skilled to navigate you onto the right course. If you don't get the grades that you think you're going to get, again, it doesn't mean that you can't access the pathway of your chosen career. It just means that you might start at a different entry point. So really, really, any questions that you've got, we've got our admissions team, we've got our curriculum specialists, and we've got our pastoral support that are all here to help you, regardless of whether you're actually a student at the college. If you've got questions and you're not sure, then please communicate. And as Fiona said, I would really, really encourage you to speak to our specialists this evening, because it really will help shape your thinking. And if you're not sure whether you want to do plumbing or electrical, obviously I would say plumbing, but speak to those teachers, because they will give you far more detail about the content of that qualification. So what's the practical element? Is it exams? Is it assignments? What's the work placement? What's the English and maths requirement? So you'll really gain a lot from it, and feel free to bounce around as many as you like. Keep them busy till 7 o'clock.
Thank you, Max. That's been a really, really comprehensive overview. I'd just like to reflect on a conversation that I had a couple of weeks ago with a group of electrical apprentices who were actually out in the park enjoying the sunshine when it was sunny. They didn't know who I was. I walked over and I introduced myself to them, and they told me it was a Thursday, that Thursday is the best day of the week for them, the day they come into college. They all love their work, but the best day of the week is Thursday, when they can all come together. They went on to tell me that their tutor was fantastic and I needed to give her a pay rise, and then took me across to meet her. And I just couldn't thank them enough, really, for that feedback so early on in my time at the college. I think what was also interesting was there was a student there, I'm sure he wouldn't mind me telling you, that had been studying animal management prior at a different college prior to coming on to an electrical apprenticeship. And I think for me, the choice that we've got on offer at Langley, whether that's a full-time study programme, an apprenticeship, whether it's an adult course, higher education provision, it's phenomenal. There's something here for everyone. We want to support everyone, and we want you to enjoy what you do, because there's this old adage that if you find something you love, if you find a job that you love, you'll never work again, because every day will be a treat. And you know, to see the sheer level of pride and enjoyment as I walk around the college from our students makes me think of that most days of the week. So yeah, thank you, Max. I've really enjoyed that presentation and learned a few things myself this evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both very much for this evening. I've posted all the links in the chat box to the next sessions. I've also popped a link in there to the website to make it easy for people to click through and join the live chat, the little pop-up box in the bottom right of the screen. So hopefully that's clear. Thanks, Max. Thanks everybody for joining us.
Speak to you soon. Yeah.
This has been recorded, so we will also be sending this out following the event if you want to come back and pick up any queries, and it will be posted on our website. So thanks very much.
Thank you. Goodbye.